digitization, and that will change the fortunes of broadcasters and the entire landscape for India's media industry. So how exactly the first phase of digitization has moved in metros, and after the success in metros, what are the possibilities that small non-metro cities also will be able to imbibe the same model? Let's discuss that with Salil Kapoor, Chief Operating Officer with Dish TV. Salil, I guess everyone knows that the first phase of digitization rollout in metros has been a super success. But what, to your mind, will happen to non-metro cities? Do you think implementing digitization in non-metro cities may not be that easy?
Let me correct you there. The first phase has started, and we are in middle of it. I would say we've just covered the tip of the iceberg. There's a lot to cover in the metros as of now. The complete switch off has not happened in a number of places. We have seen our sales surge by about 10 times in city like Delhi, and also in Mumbai about 6 to 7 times. But not much has happened in Calcutta and Chennai. So we are in the middle of the process, and this will take another 1 month, 1.5 months maybe to roll out and cover these places. After we are through with this, then only I think we should be able to tell you or share with you what is going to happen in the next 38 cities in the phase 2. Phase 1 was postponed once, now also it's happening some places, not happening at other places. So phase 2, which is scheduled to start from April 1st, or the deadline is March 31st, in other words, that is just around the corner. And there's going to be a requirement of about 20 to 25 million boxes in those markets. That's a huge demand and a huge number. So we'll see when we reach there. First, let us cover this part.
Fair enough. That's the market that you're talking about. That's the size of the market that you're elaborating on. But for yourself, what's been your experience in terms of the number of increase in inquiries that you've got, also bookings?
As I said, in Delhi, our sales have surged by 10 times, and I am looking for further growth, looking forward to further growth in Delhi and Mumbai. The situation is such that we are not worried about the numbers. We're worried about how to install and how to meet this huge demand. We are looking forward to arranging more installers from other cities, neighboring states. So that's the challenge right now. Right. So numbers is not a worry. Kolkata we saw a little increase during Puja time, but post that it has come down.
Salil, many argue that the ultimate winner of the digitization process will be the cable companies, and DTH players will lose out.
I'm sure you must have read the report in Economic Times day before yesterday. This was Rediff Y&R brand asset valuation study on 4th page of Economic Times day before yesterday, and it clearly said that the preference for consumers during digitization is DTH, and icing on the cake was that amongst DTH, the study said that Dish TV was the most preferred brand in the metros in the current phase of digitization. So that should answer your question.
But Salil, DTH service was always sold as a quality service but an expensive service. Now cable players are bouncing back, and they're saying that we are also going digital and we are offering the same quality at a much lower rate.
Yeah, there is a correction in the statement. Let's look at what you have said. You said we are offering the same quality. So that part of your statement is they're trying to match up with the quality which is much better than theirs, or maybe perceived much better than theirs. And there are other components to the story. The high definition part is not so successful in digital cable as of now. Now coming to your second part of your statement, that at much lower price, now that is changing. It was yesterday, or it was in the earlier times when the cable rates were highly unstructured and very low. But now you must be aware that digital cable companies have already announced their rate cards, and the minimum package is almost at par with our lower package. That's around 200 rupees. So the price difference will not be there in future as far as DTH and digital cable is concerned, but the perceived difference in quality will stay. And more than that, the technology part. For example, we have launched a recorder box. After the demise of VCR, there was a vacuum of a recording device in the households. So then the high definition recorder came into the picture, but that was only limited to the 5% of the market. The 95% of the market, which is standard definition, there was a vacuum. So we are the only player which has a recorder box. You can watch your TV and record at the same time in that market. No digital company and also no other DTH player has that. So that such kind of technology, we're much ahead on the learning curve as far as this technology is concerned. The movie on demand, the active services, you know, the various other things. So I think the competition will take some time to catch up.
Okay, you know, I was still trying to understand from you, Mr. Kapoor, on the kind of numbers on the subscriber base that you would close out the year with, given the process of digitization and given the kind of brand influence that Dish TV has in the DTH market. You know, could you give us a ballpark number of, you know, how many subscribers do you hope to have by the closeout of this year, and also some sort of forecast on, you know, at what price would these subscribers come in terms of ARPUs?
I can't give you any forward-looking statement as of towards the year end or the end of the fiscal. I can just tell you that there is a huge demand which we are expecting as far as digitization is concerned. According to our estimates, there are about 7 million homes in these 4 cities which were to be digitized, and our expectation is, even if it is good, half of it goes to DTH and half of it goes to digital cable. Within the DTH space, we should be able to garner about 30 to 35% of market share because of our recording facility box and because of our new offer that 70 channels will never get switched off and the base pack or FTA will always remain. So these two things will help us get market share about 30-35% within the space of the DTH. So that's all I can say. As far as the price is concerned, the ARPU of these consumers in the cities is going to be much better than the overall ARPU. That's one reason, and the second thing is that the digital companies have also announced their rate cards, and their minimum pack is around 200 only, 118, 190, 200, which is also our minimum pack. Now, looking at these 2 points, the ARPU is certainly going to be better.
Right, I was just wanting to know how much better, I mean, do you expect on ARPUs? Your quarter 2 ARPUs were at 159. Can we see something above 165, 170 coming in there?
You can keep on asking me that question. I will not answer in a figure. Okay. I will not give you what is going to be my ARPU in the next quarter. I can just tell you, sequentially, if you look at our track record, 2010, 131 rupees, 2011, 142, 2012 fiscal exit was 153, then 156 in Q1 of this fiscal, 159 in the last quarter, that is Q2. We'll certainly do better.
Okay, Direct Media Solutions is considering acquiring 1.3 crore shares in the company. Could you give us details? I mean, what does this mean for the company, and could you respond to this news piece?
I didn't get you.
We are given to understand that Direct Media Solutions is considering acquiring 1.3 crore shares in your company. Do you want to respond to this news piece?
I can't share any details as of now. Can't share any details as of now.
Okay, but in a quarter perhaps?
Pardon me?
Are you in talks with Direct Media Solutions for a strategic placement?
I would not like to. No, there's nothing like that going on, and I would not like to comment on this piece as of now.
Okay, Salil, appreciate your time and thank you for your insights. Nifty gainers and losers now. We've got BHEL, Reliance Infra.